I'm going to be installing this dash cam into this BMW X1 F48 chassis. I've already stuck the dash cam in place, and I'm going to run the cable from there up here and through behind this headliner and behind that pillar, and then all the way back there for the rear camera. And to power the dash cam, I'm going to be using this a hardwire kit, and it will be connected to the fuse box, which is behind the glove box. Okay, first thing we have to do is take out this plastic cover. And then we'll unscrew that. That looks like that's a T25. So I'll unscrew that, and then we'll be able to just move it out of the way to run the cable behind the airbag. Okay, so I've got the power cable and the rear camera cable behind the airbag there, and now I'm going to run it in here, and then down here, and then down to the camera. Okay, now I'll just run the power cable down behind this weather strip, and then it'll go underneath the glove box and up to the fuse box. And the little cable for the rear camera will just go underneath this rubber seal and behind here and all the way to the back of the car. Okay, so to run the cable from here to the back, I have to put it behind this plastic thing, because you can't squeeze it into here, it's too tight, it'll just be bulging out. So I just use this zip tie here. I pull the weather strip back on both sides and just push this through as a guide, and I'm going to use it to pull the rear camera cable through. So to get it from here to here, I'm just pushing the cable behind there, and it's just going in nicely. I'll take it all the way to the back. Okay, my plan is to get the cable up to here, and then I'll find a hole in the panel to push it through to this hole here, run it through this tube and up behind this panel. Then the rear camera will go here. Okay, I've managed to use this zip tie and I folded the end of it to give it so it looped back a little bit. I push it through, and then I was able to pull it through from this hole. And now I'm just going to pull the rear camera cable through. Okay, I've used the same zip tie to run it through this rubber tube, and I put a bit of dry lube on this bit here, so it'll go through that rubber tube easier. Now to pull this plastic piece out, I think there's a few plastic thing that holds, don't know what it's called, but it's just pretty much holding this in place, and you just pull it back. There we go. So it's these things here that's holding it in that hole. And now the rear camera cable will just go up here, and I'll install the rear camera. Okay, so the rear camera is now installed, and the cable is all neatly behind here, and I've just wrapped it in some paper towels so to reduce any chance of rattling while the car is being driven. Okay, there's this plastic piece under the glove box. I'm just going to pull it out. I think it's just held together by some little, what do you call these things here? These wedges. So I just pull it out, and now there's space for me to run the power cable from here, behind here, and up to the fuse box. Okay, I've had to remove two 8mm nuts. There's one here and one here that allow me to pull this down, and this one will also come down with the help of a little screwdriver just to pry it down. So now my cable is there, And now I can get to the glove box. I'm going to ground it using this screw here. So this one looks like it's connected to the body, to the chassis. So I'll ground the power here, this thing here. Okay, so I've got everything hooked up. So the accessories went on to fuse 65, which is supposed to be a cigarette lighter, I believe, based on this fuse diagram, which is right here. And the permanent power I've used is fuse 42, which is for the door lock.